Welcome back, viewers. Today we are going to explain an educational theory which is known as Bloom's taxonomy. Introduction. In 1956, Benjamin Bloom, along with a group of like minded educators, developed a framework for classifying educational goals and objectives into a hierarchical structure representing different forms of levels of learning. This framework was published as Bloom's Taxonomy of Educational Objectives and consisted of the following three main domains. The first one is cognitive domain. Knowledge-based domain consists of 6 levels encompassing intellectual or thinking skills are improved in this domain. The second one is known as the affective domain. Attitudinal based domain, which is consist of 5 levels encompassing attitudes and values are learned through this domain. The third and last domain is known as psychomotor domain, which is also known as skill-based domain, which is consist of 7 levels encompassing physical skills or the performance of actions. Now, why we use Bloom's taxonomy in educational field? The answer to this question is multifaceted and lies in the facts that Bloom's framework provided one of the first systematic and easy to understand classification of thinking and learning. Bloom's taxonomy provides a clear and robust tool for guiding the development of teaching and learning. Here are some points which helps us to elaborate why Bloom's taxonomy is important in educational field. The first one is accurately measuring students' abilities requires an understanding of the different levels of cognition that are critical for learning. The second one is it is important to establish intended learning outcomes in professor-student interaction so that both parties understand the purpose of the interactions. The third one is developing intent student learning outcome according to Bloom's taxonomy helps students understand what is expected of them. The fourth one is using Bloom's taxonomy to develop intended students' learning outcomes help professors to plan and deliver appropriate instructions. The original taxonomy of cognitive domain. Bloom's original 1956 taxonomy of educational objectives identified the following levels of cognitive learning, which are arranged from lower order to higher order levels of learning: knowledge, comprehension, application, analysis, synthesis, and evaluation. These are 6 steps of knowledge. What is knowledge? Knowledge is defined as the remembering of previously learned material. This may involve the recall of a wide range of materials from specific facts to complete theories, but all that is required is the bringing of mind of the appropriate information. Knowledge represents the lowest level of learning outcomes in cognitive domain. The second point of cognitive domain is comprehension. Comprehension is defined as the ability to grasp the meaning of material. This may be shown by translating material from one form to another, words or numbers, by interpreting materials which are explaining or summarizing. The third one is application. Application refers to the ability to use learned material in a new and concrete situations. This may include the application of such things as rules, methods, concepts, principles, laws, and theories. The fourth one is analysis. Analysis refers to the ability to break down materials into its component parts so that its organizational structure may be understood. This may include the identification of the parts, analysis of the relationships between parts, and the recognition of the organizational principles involved. The fifth one is synthesis. Synthesis refers to the ability to put parts together to form a new whole. This may involve the production of a unique communication, which means themes or speech, a plan of operations, which are researches and proposals, or a set of abstract relations, such as scheme for classifying information. The sixth and last one is evaluation. Evaluation is concerned with the ability to judge the value of material, such as statement, novel, poem, research, or a report. For a given purpose, the judgments are to be based on definite criteria. This may be internal criteria, organization, or external criteria which is relevance to the purpose. The second domain is affective domain, which have 5 parts. First one is receiving, responding, valuing, organization, characterization. What is receiving? Receiving refers to the student's willingness to attain the particular phenomena or stimuli. From a teaching standpoint, it concerned with getting, holding, and directing the student's attention. The second one is responding, which refers to active participation on the part of the student. At this level, he not only attends to a particular phenomenon but also reacts to it in the some way. The third one is valuing. Valuing is concerned with the worth or value a student attaches to a particular object, phenomenon, or behavior. This ranges in degree from the simpler acceptance of a value, desires to improve group skills. The fourth one is organization. Organization is concerned with bringing together values, resolving conflicts between them, and beginning the building of an internally consistent value system. The fifth one is characterization. At this level of the affective domain, the individual has a value system that has controlled his behavior for a sufficiently long time for him to develop a characteristic lifestyle. Thus, the behavior is pervasive, consistent, and predictable. Learning outcomes at this level cover a broad range of activities, but the major emphasis is on the fact that the behavior is typical or characteristics of the student. The third domain is known as psychomotor domain. It has 7 parts. The first one is perception. The first level is concerned with the use of the sense organs to obtain cues that guide motor activities. This category ranges from sensory stimulation, awareness of a stimulus, through clue selection. The second step is known as set, refers to readiness to take a particular type of action. This category includes mental set, mental readiness to act, physical set, physical readiness to act, and emotional set, which is known as willingness to act. Perception of cues serves as an important prerequisite for this level. It is known as mechanical sequence of steps in varnishing wood, demonstrates proper bodily stance for batting a ball, show desires to type efficiently by placement of hands and body. The third one is guided response. Guided response is concerned with the early stages in learning a complex skill. It includes imitation, repeating an act demonstrated by the instructor, and trial and error, using a multiple response approach to identify an appropriate response. Adequacy of performance is judged by an instructor or by a suitable set for criteria. The fourth one is mechanism. Mechanism is concerned with performance acts where the learned responses have become habitual and the movements can be performed with some confidence and proficiency. Learning outcomes at this level and are concerned with performance skills of various types, descriptive activities which are write smoothly and legibly, set up laboratory equipments, operates a slide projector, demonstrates a simple dance step. The fifth one is complex over response, which is concerned with the skillful performance of a motor acts that involve complex movement patterns. Proficiency is indicated by a quick, smooth, accurate performance requiring a minimum of energy. The sixth one is adaptation. Adaptation is concerned with skills that are so well developed that the individual can modify movement partners to fit special requirements or to meet a problem situation. Organization is the last point of psychomotor domain, which refers to the creating of a new movement pattern to fit a particular situation or specific problem. Learning outcomes at this level emphasize creativity based upon highly developed skills. This means create a dance step, creates a musical composition, and design a new dress style. Here it is the ending of Bloom's taxonomy. Hope you will understand it clearly and implement it while you are learning or educating.